Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
I don't hate it yet.
Okay, but you're gonna.
I don't see how I couldn't.
Yeah, I think we should both make the commitment that by the end of this album... Well, you know what? I'm cutting my palm right now. All right. Okay, my palm is cut.
Oh,
now you
come
cut
on,
your
man.
palm.
Oh, trust me, this wound is weeping.
Okay.
It's never healing.
Okay, well, the point is I think we should commit to hating this album by the end.
Okay, listen. Before we shake hands on this blood oath, can we... I hope you don't accuse me of adding pork to the legislation here, but can we also maybe make a commitment to less blood oaths?
We can do a second blood oath to make that commitment, but I'm not allowing you to put it on the first
Tim,
blood oath.
45 minutes ago, we swore on a blood oath of the grocery list, and I love the commitment that that's what we're going to get, but I am woozy, buddy. I can't keep cutting my hand.
I was also pretty disappointed that we had to go to a seventh grocery store because we committed so hard to goddamn yellowfin tuna, and they just didn't have it anywhere in Austin.
Less blood oaths, I think, is on the table. Okay, but let's
to
seal it
do
with this
that,
one.
No, we make a separate blood oath for fewer blood oaths.
All right, well, I'm going to need some orange slices or something before we do that.
All right.
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
They're cool guys.
Sure, but I'm not questioning the need to urinate into a Dixie cup that a friend is holding. I'm questioning where this fine is coming from. What part of that isn't wholesome good time fun?
Oh, it's all a wholesome good time fun. Garrett, boys will be boys.
Thank you.
That's the official policy and motto of the Why I Hate... Nope.
Sorry.
Gino has tapped me on the shoulder. Boys will not be boys around here.
What does that mean?
I don't know. We have an intern holding up a sign for me to read that. I don't know what that means.
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
Snake eating its own tail, Tim. That's the kind of clever writing we've come to expect from the BHG.
I don't like that.
Isn't that what you call them?
Nope.
I thought that's what you call them.
That is not what I call them. I'm not yes-anding you in this. I did call it HFB for Hooray for Boobies. That might be
well, you
what
can
you're
see my
thinking of.
confusion. Yeah, okay.
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
One part the Führer, one part the Pope.
I assume what he means is that he's half angel, half devil.
It's a very devilish example.
Right? Because popes were monsters in 1999 too, right? That's not a new thing.
99 was John Paul II. I don't know how monstery he was.
He was a monster, Garrett. They're all monsters. Garrett, Pope Stephen VI, he had his predecessor exhumed, then had that corpse put on trial, and then he was strangled. Pope Urban VI, he had a habit of complaining that the screams of his torture victims were not loud enough. And then you have the Crusades, various inquisitions, all the kid fucking.
Sure.
Basically...
No, listen, I'm not here to defend the Pope, okay?
That's good. That's good. Or the Führer, to be clear.
To be clear.
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
Flowbee, Tim, is a bladed object with a guard on it that you hook to the end of your vacuum cleaner that allows you to cut your hair at home and suck it down your vacuum.
Oh, Garrett, you know what we're doing later today?
I do have incredibly long hair right now, but we don't have a Flowbee. However, I did a little research. Flowbee still exists. You can get the Flowbee system, which includes the vacuum, for $139.95. However, when I looked at the oldest website on the internet, it seriously looks like the Space Jam website, but is completely up to date, like a whole bunch of COVID messages. Every product on the Flowbee website is completely sold out.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Does it?
People are cutting their hair at home with a
Get a
vacuum
guard.
cleaner.
Yeah, don't do this.
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
A lot of our listeners don't know this, but Garrett the Gold Cobra Harvey was, from 1999 to 2003, a competitive sneezer.
Oh, Tim, you're going to make me blush.
And he was a good one, too. I mean, I don't know if he ever won, but I know there's a lot of silver medals on the wall.
I was the number 1, number 2 competitive sneezer in the world.
That's
right.
That's
number 1.
And you are still a recreational sneezer, I believe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll pop off a couple after dinner when I want to relax.
Okay.
I'm not going to do any now. I don't want to. Please don't put me on the spot.
Absolutely. No, I'm not going to ask you to. I'm more interested in what is the thrill of sneezing?
Well, many of our listeners may know it is the closest physical sensation to the orgasm, which is not always possible to get out of your body in a public setting that is in a way that's appropriate. So I found a life hack, if you will. I sneeze all day.
Okay, so you're saying those competitions were a weird sex thing.
Not by the end. At first, sure. Absolutely.
Right, and then at the end, you were metaphorically orgasming with other men in a competitive setting.
It wasn't about that, Tim. It wasn't about who was there. It was just having
an orgasm through your
You're
mouth.
Being very gross.
In
this episode is going to be disgusting without you mucking it up with your filth words. All I'm saying is that a sneeze is roughly 40 to 65% as pleasurable as an orgasm. That's science.
Okay.
And I found a way to do both in public. Folks, keep your jerk sessions at home. Nobody wants that.
Sure, but sneeze all you want.
Absolutely. I mean, cover your fucking mouth. Wear a mask. But, get into it.
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
Well, I'm just going to speak from the heart, Tim. Don't write porn stars unless you're a true enthusiast. If porn is your hobby...
No, even still.
Okay, all right, fair. Let me back that up. If you know the names of porn stars, you're in too deep. You need to pull it back. They're porn stars. And that's great. They fulfill a needed role in this world.
Okay.
We couldn't live without them.
I want to digress from this right now. They're people.
Yes.
Garrett views them as objects for his sexual gratification from afar, but they're people.
I don't appreciate you interrupting me for this.
They're named.
I'm not saying they don't have names, Tim. Of course they have names. Of course they do. They're people. That's not my point.
Your point is that to you, they're not people.
No, my point is that if you are spending your time writing letters to porn stars, you've veered off the path.
Right, because you should only write letters to people.
Right. Now you get it.
Oh my God.
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
Well, honestly, anything that Kelsey Grammer's in, pretty great.
Yeah, folks. And Tim, I hope that I'm not being too premature here. Probably a good time to announce our new Frasier-centric podcast, The Crane Technique, How to Live the Life of an Erudite Late 90s Northwesterner.
Absolutely. Garrett and I will be shaving, well, not shaving, but thinning the top of our hair and growing the back long to really get those early season Frasier Crane look.
Mm-hmm. And we will have a companion video show entitled Oh Come Now, Niles, where we exclusively just read scenes from the hit show Frasier.
And Garrett will only use the phrase, "Oh, come now, Niles."
Why I Hate This Album podcast.
It's like a bad Harland Williams joke.
Yeah, just like a Harland Williams joke.
Oh, I like Harland Williams.
I like him too. He's a nice guy. What I like about him is that he never forgets us at Christmas time. His gifts aren't nice. They're not what you want. We just end up throwing them away. But he always remembers.
Yeah, I'm friends with him solely for the voicemails.
Oh, he does leave a great voicemail.
I see him calling. I straight to voicemail, and not because I don't want to talk to him, but just the joy I feel when I click in and I hear, "Hey, how you doing, you little almond-faced monkey boy?" And it just goes on, Tim, for like 6-7 minutes. Yeah. I don't even know why he calls.
Yep.
Tim Harland Williams is stalking me.
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. Well, I joined the Navy. I got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. I try to find some meaning in these songs. The genius is a genius, got it wrong. Well, it's a lobster murder sex thing, the bleaching of her hair, full of salt on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides, the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now the week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast. Tim and Garrett.